What's up, guys? So my new O-ring chain came in. As you can see, it's going to be a wider chain because it's got the O-rings. But the longevity of the chain, being that it's an RK, should be really good. I also ordered a 16 tooth front sprocket. I also have a 45 tooth rear sprocket that I didn't put on yet because I don't want to have to cut the chain yet, and a 17 tooth fit without having to cut the chain. So first, of course, you want to locate the master link. I have my Thickster rubber gloves on, mechanics rubber gloves, because this stuff don't come off your hands too easy. The master link is directional, as you can see. The direction the chain goes this way, you want it to go on that way to clip. Ha ha. They always feel good. Now, I was explaining to someone on Instagram who did install the 45 tooth rear and a 16 tooth front, and he says he wants to, the chain is too long and he can't get any more tension out of it. So I told him he can do it himself. Since the original sprockets, the front is a 15 tooth and the rear is a 50. So if you go up one in the front, technically you got to go down one in the rear to keep the same tension. Well, he went up in the front one, then he went to a 45 in the back, so that's 4 links he has to take out because he's got one up in the front and 5 down in the rear. If he was going to do it himself and you wanted to shorten the chain, if you want to take one link off, you have to grind these where they're peened. You grind them flush. Then you can get behind it with a screwdriver or wedge in there with a little tiny screwdriver and just tap it with a hammer, pop that off, and it acts just like this master link here. And if you have a chain breaker, I have a chain breaker. It makes it a little easier, but that's the old method I used to do. And then you just put the chain back together, but if you're going to take, you got to count the link. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you grind this off, pop that off, and then just put it back together with the master link. Pretty easy. Now what I do, so I don't have to take this front piece off, what I do is I'm going to take this chain and the master link, and I'm going to hook it like this. Now you can basically see how much wider this is going to be, which really isn't that much. And then pull it through and disconnect it. The shit would build up inside that other chain, and it would tighten the chain up on me. I'd start with a properly adjusted chain, I guess that's just an extra O-ring. Yeah. Of course, you don't want to use any of the old parts, even the master link, which I'll take another look at. Someone in China twisted this counterclockwise. Basically, when you get an O-ring change, you're basically just trying to keep the O-rings lubricated, because nothing should get inside these O-rings. Dirt, water, anything. Now, this is the hard part. You just basically have to keep working it. Put a little more pressure. A little pressure on this. On each tab on the end. Just keep going little by little until, see that? It's exposed where that'll fit in there. This side don't yet. So we gotta go a little more. See, that's working. This one isn't. This side just doesn't want to go. There it is. Now, for lucky, the press stayed. Slide that. And then do that. And as you can see, it's closed. And it's good. But you can give it a little tap anyway. If you don't have a link breaker, you can grind these, like I said. I don't have a press, so I used a vice grip method. Just be careful, you don't want to bend that link, of course. And that should be it now. Wow, look how tight that is. Very tight. But look at this. You can definitely see this. You know. It's not really worn that bad though. Maybe it's just a shit chain from the beginning. New chain is going to stretch like hell. So usually I'll do it on a little on the tight side because I know it's going to stretch on a new chain. So probably like that. See, these are off. it up. I've been trying to put the knob to this, which is center. As long as your rim is straight, you get that knob, you can feel where that is center, dead center to this. That looks off, right? But it's not. You have the gap also for the tire knobs. You get a little close, but the other chain also did. After I tighten the main axle bolt, I snug them up a little, because you don't want to lose them. Damn, look at the knobs. I'm wearing down. A little too much road riding, eh? And that's all she wrote.